the opportunities I've provided for many other artists, but the day-to-day conversation, the thing that goes viral, the thing that people are constantly talking about is...
That's the lowest common denominator, though. And here...
The low frequency of it all.
Right. And that's what keeps people occupied in your life and negligent of their own.
I've done many things. I've been doing this for over 3 decades, and there's been expectations, there's been great achievements. But as I sit here as a man in his 40s, and the common conversation about me is, you know...
Gotta be about him and how many kids he got.
My fertileness, or what relationship I'm in or no longer in, or who I'm dating. If that's the main remembrance, if that's the thing, which is great. Like, I want to be remembered as a father, and you know that is my first priority in life. But I feel like even in the space of my career, I have so much to offer from spaces like this. The day-to-day conversation, the thing that goes viral.
And that's what keeps people occupied in your life and negligent of their own. I think you have 10 kids, 11.
That's the one thing about being a celebrity. You have to be okay and used to people being in your life regardless. He's got the money to be able to take care of those children. I'm not exactly sure if he's in all of those children's lives, but stay out of the man's business. You don't have somebody that's all in your business telling you how to run and live your life. You're not in the man's shoes. Let him do what he wants to do, because at the end of the day, there's only one person that can judge him, and it ain't us.
I did a show with somebody that had 34.
You know what's
34.
funny too? There's like a screenshot that they put my face on, or like
with the doll
with the dolls, and they always put my face on it. They've been waiting for this moment. Like they thought you was gonna bring the dolls with you. There's 2 terms that I want to unpack. The first term I want to bring up is, you know, a deadbeat dad or deadbeat father. I hear that a lot. I hear that term thrown around.
About you.
About me and many others of just men that, you know, may not be in your traditional relationship. And then the other term that I hear quite a bit is a broken home. I struggle with those things because obviously I don't want to be associated or a part of either one of those. But if these terms do apply, I mean, I want to take accountability for them, but I want to know what we feel the definition of those are, and then not only just for myself, for someone who may not be in your traditional or conventional relationship, how can we be the best fathers to our multiple children, or how do we mend the broken households that we may have created?
So if a man has multiple children by different women, but he still sees those children and he provides for them financially, do you think that father is a deadbeat father? If he has multiple children by multiple women and does not plan on being in their lives at all, but he still provides for them financially, do you consider him a deadbeat father? Like, some people just want big families. Like, I literally want 5 children. I don't have 5, I have 4, but I wanted 5. So as a man, you want to have children, you want to build a legacy, right? So if that was something that he planned on doing and that was something that he wanted to do, that was something that he did. But what to the point makes it too much? And just because you got enough money to be able to take care of all of them, should you have those children? That's the real question that we need to ask.
I come out of a non-traditional household. My mother was the other woman. My father lived around the corner with his wife.
Wow.
My mother lived in my grandmother's house, my father's mother's house.
Wow.
Okay, so I come. And what was most devastating for me in all of that, I mean, this story has lots of twists and turns, was that nobody told me the truth. I think for me, and everybody has to define this, for me, a deadbeat dad is one who doesn't honor the provision or doesn't provide provision for his seed. And that doesn't have to be I'm sure the way you provide for your children. But my father didn't know if I had shoes or food or whatever. That's why at 70, I live alone with 2 refrigerators because of the
You want
number
it
of
all.
days I was hungry.
Without.
And he wasn't there. For me, he was a deadbeat dad. I knew who he was. I knew where he was. He didn't provide for his seed. That is the first thing
Providing.
that I believe a father has to do.
Okay.
Number 2, I think that a father has to be a demonstration of what I call AIM: accountability, integrity, and mastery. Those 3 things.
Yeah.
My father wasn't any of those.
It's interesting for the first one that you touch on, because I get this quite a bit personally. Because as we all know, I've been blessed. I'm financially well off.
And he been doing it for
and that
years.
Instantly, that becomes the conversation quite a bit. It's like,
Because
oh,
women-
he can just, it don't matter if he can buy houses and G-Wagons and all of that stuff. It's about, that doesn't make him a good father.
But didn't I say in the first session that we did that fatherhood, that women look to men to what they can do? What can you do? So it's not that that's where you've been reduced to. That's what's expected of you.
Right.
Yeah, especially right now. Like, the dating scene right now is insane. And I was just having this conversation with Alex Inman, and we were talking about it. And I was asking a question like, should men and women look to improve their life? Someone asked me to ask him, like, why do some women don't want to improve themselves or improve who they are? And he made a good point. He's like, they don't have to. The women don't have to do self-improvement. If they've been getting approached since they've been 16, 17, 18 years old up until now, why do they have to try to upgrade their life or improve to get a man or get a mate? They're always attracting someone. And it's not a knock on women. It was just saying that they don't have to work as hard to find a mate like men do. So a lot of women look at men like, hey, what can you do for me? Especially him, right? He's got a lot of money. He's a millionaire. He's been on TV for forever. Everybody pretty much knows who Nick Cannon is. So for him to have all those children, it's probably getting thrown at him all the time. But they're probably all looking to him like, hey, what can you do for me? Like, what are you going to do for me besides take care of these kids? I wonder how much he pays in child support. It's probably a crazy amount.
Because there are many men, I've worked with a lot of them, who want to be a father to their child, but because they can't write a check, they're not allowed to. Let's have
That's
that
true.
conversation, okay?
Yeah.
There are many men who want to be in their
That's true.
children's lives, but because the woman is so... and this isn't, not a condemnation of my sister women, but because she's so bitter and disappointed and angry, upset because she didn't make it with the man, that she will deny the child its father. I've seen it. This is not something somebody's telling me, nor is it a judgment or a condemnation. So it's a very complicated matter. I don't think a father is deadbeat if he's not allowed to be in relationship with his children. But if he has the capacity, if he has the ability, and he has the responsibility, and he doesn't, too many of our young girls are, ravishing themselves with drugs and sex and all kinds because daddy never tucked them in at night. Too many young men are using a gun, and their penis as weapons because
That's
daddy
true.
didn't give them another model to be. So
That's
for
true.
me, a deadbeat dad is a man who doesn't provide for his seed when he has the responsibility to do. A man who doesn't walk in his truth. Who doesn't walk in his truth, whatever that is. I don't care if he's a bus driver, a grave digger. Let your children know who you are.
Yeah.
Through your presence, not through your pocket.
Again, we talking about the village. There's a certain
Accountability, impact is crazy. And I want to point out what she said as far as let them know who you are through your impact, or let them know who you are through your presence. Like, even if you don't have it financially, to, I wouldn't say take care of them, but provide all the fancy things for your children. At the end of the day, for the men out there, like, look, these children, they don't remember all those gifts and all those things that you gave them. And you know that. They remember more of the time you spent with them and you being there with them. That's the most important thing. If you're providing for your children and you're providing for them the best way you can and you're putting in that effort and being there, don't let somebody throw in your face that you're not giving them the latest and greatest everything. Because at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. How many parents have given their children all these material things, but then they still turn up and end up rotten or hating their parents because all they did was give them money and they didn't give them time? You know that. If any women are watching this, and I'm curious to know if you could have a man that was a really good father that couldn't really take care of your child financially, but he was in their life and made an impact. Or he couldn't be in their life, didn't want to be in their life, but he gave you a lot of money for the child. Which one would you really pick? Because a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, I would pick the father that's going to be in their life, even though they can't provide that much. But a lot of people just want that money. It just comes down to money at the end of the day.
Yeah, and tribalism, where it was associated to where, like, well, you can have as many children as you can take care of. Or
Yeah. That's not tribalism. That's culture. And what if, I don't know, I can make it up any way I want to since I'm a guest on your show and you invited me here.
Indeed.
What if you are the reincarnation of some great king?
Come
Oh
on,
my
Doc,
goodness.
cook on
Here we go.
Cook something.
Okay.
Let's
what
cook.
What if you are, and you've come back to work out maybe some things that you didn't do in that lifetime,
Right.
but you did do in this lifetime. So you come with the throne, you come with the wealth, you come with the capacity, you come with the
Now you're
village.
talking my talk. You're making me feel better in this section.
I'm just saying, what if? I don't know. So, maybe instead of being upset or, people looking at, well, thank God he's got the money.
Right.
Thank God he's
Yeah.
got the platform.
Right.
We know those kids are going to be taken care of and provided for.
Yeah.
I don't know what your soul is working out. And those kids chose you.
Yeah.
They did.
Whatever their soul needs, you're going to give it to them. You and their mothers.
Well, what I can tell you my soul is working out, and so I can be a little revealing in this moment, is I do struggle with the idea of, not the idea, with the purpose. Just like even what you said was so powerful. It's like, there's a reason I'm in this position.
For sure.
And
the reason you have those children.
right,
For sure.
that's even
For sure.
all together. It's just like, because I want to do my best. And when I find myself in my therapy sessions and the times where it does get scary, is walking in my purpose is my day-to-day goal. But when that purpose is thrown off, specifically in fatherhood, I get concerned. Because it's not even about the outside chatter. It's not about, people's opinions about me. I clearly could care less what people actually think about me. But it's
Good.
more the things that I often struggle with is, and I think somebody put it this way, it's like, when your daughter asks you why, what is going to be your answer?
Why what?
I mean, why so many children? Why weren't you monogamous with mommy? Why did I choose the lifestyle that I chose when I had the ability to choose a more traditional lifestyle, or even was in a traditional setting?
Is that in integrity with who you are? Are you in integrity with yourself? When you wake up in the morning,
There
do
you go.
you say, I am, Nick Cannon, and this is what I believe in, these are my values, my this, and you're human, you're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall.
Right.
I'm Iyanla, I am the great mother.
Yeah.
And my job is to facilitate the evolution of human consciousness. One mind, one body, one life, one spirit at a time. But if Law and Order doesn't come on soon, I'm gonna smack the taste out of somebody's mouth or punch him in the throat.
Right.
I
Wow.
need some Law and Order,
Right,
okay,
right.
because I'm human.
Right, right.
Okay? Are you in integrity with yourself? And my father, who was married, had 3 children with my mother, and then went off and had 5 children with somebody else that I met one day on the corner on the way to some place. I didn't know these people from a can of paint, and now all of a sudden I got brothers and sisters, and we never did. But because he wasn't public, no. Do you know how devastating that was to me? I was devastated to know that I had brothers and sisters that I had never seen or known, and then when I get famous, they wanted a check. Stop it. Okay?
Right.
Devastated. And now he's dead. No explanation because he didn't live in integrity. He didn't tell the truth. He lied. Do your children know each other?
Yes, they do.
All of them know each other?
Yes, they
Are
do.
you accountable to yourself?
Right.
Do you have elder men, brother men, your psychologists, whoever? Does your grandmother know who you are?
Yeah.
Is what you do on a daily basis, I'm talking culture here now,
Right.
is what you do on a daily basis, do you make your grandmother proud?
Oh.
Are you doing anything that you were ashamed for her to know?
Nope.
Have you been able to take your children to see their great-great-grandmother?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking accountability, we're talking integrity, personal integrity, cultural integrity, familial integrity. Now, if you can master your sex life, I think you'd do a little better.
Accountability, integrity, and mastery. And you're making that effort to be there. Don't be hard on yourself, brothers, for real. As long as you're there in their life and doing what you can, you're considered a solid man. So yeah, I just wanted to go over this quick video with Nick Cannon. Don't let that mental aspect of it kill you and hurt you. If you're in their life, there's nothing more that they could ask for.